About the only smart guy that I know, bro. Nobody knows shit about boxing.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah,
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of catching up because for those of you that know, and for those of you that don't know, I'm covering the Gervonta Davis fight for Frank Martin this week. I got approved yesterday, so I'm really excited about that. And also, it's been a little slow here on the channel because I've been trying to do this whole like cross-country move from South Florida to Vegas. And guess what? I'm in Las Vegas now. So let the True School Vegas era commence, all right? But until tomorrow, we're going to do some catching up here on True School Sports. So I wanted to talk about Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball because this was a fight that I was really excited about when it got announced. You know, obviously, as you guys know, I've said it many times since the year began that 2024 is going to be the year of the featherweight division. And thus far, 2024 has not failed to deliver us great featherweight action. And this fight was no different. You know, you had Nick Ball coming off of a controversial draw, which he should have won against Ray Vargas. And you had Raymond Ford coming off of what I believe is the fight of the year with Otabek Komotov to become champion, right? So this is a real good fight. Ball wound up winning a very close decision. And I don't think any guy really deserved to lose, honestly. Like, I have went back and watched the fight. I don't think any guy really deserved to lose this fight. I mean, it was one of those where it was that close, you know. Credit goes to Ford. You know, Raymond Ford, I think in his last two fights, this fight, the last one against Komotov, has changed the narrative of his style as a fighter, you know, because if you ask most people, myself included, before the Komotov fight, you know, what kind of fighter was Raymond Ford, you would hear things like, you would hear adjectives like slick, and you would hear, you know, things like he's a counterpuncher and these kind of things. But he's shown in these last two fights he can fight in the pocket, and he's very comfortable fighting in the pocket. And he had some success in the pocket. I think he actually wound up getting better as the fight went on. I thought he finished the fight very strongly in the last 3 to 4 rounds and was landing some heavy leather on Nick Ball. But I think the judges, why Nick Ball got that decision is 2 reasons. One is boxing related and one is kind of not boxing related. And I'll explain what I mean. Nick Ball gets the decision because he even when he's missing shots, you know, just like his body language in the ring, he's always coming forward. He's always, you know, looking for the fight. Not to say that Ford wasn't, but it's just the way that Nick Ball goes about it. Sometimes guys like that can get the edge in rounds just because of what it looks like they're doing. They don't even necessarily got to land, right? So I think he was winning some rounds on that, but he was doing some good work too. Not to take away from him, but also the second reason, and this might be the more controversial reason. I'm not trying to be controversial, but this is a genuine like opinion that I have about just boxing in Saudi, right? Now we know that Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, they work hand in hand with Turki Al-Sheikh. And because they both work hand in hand with Turki Al-Sheikh, you know, we know there's a heavy British boxing influence. I truly believe that when there's a fight in Saudi and it involves a British fighter and a fighter from another country, and it can be any country, you know, for the most part, I think Saudi boxing is an extension of British boxing. You know, you're only going to get a decision over a top British fighter like Usyk did against Tyson Fury if you literally pummel the hell out of them. And you saw Usyk finish very strongly in that fight, and it was still very tight on the scorecards. So, you know, that being said, I just think Raymond Ford and any American fighter that goes over there has to win and win a lot more clearly, because they're not going to give you a decision. And it doesn't matter if, you know, like they always say, like, you got to take the belt from the champion. This is not one of those cases. So I that's something I feel foreign fighters, and especially the American fighters, should be very cognizant of. If you go to Saudi, you better be prepared to not just win, but win in spectacular fashion, because if you leave it too close, odds are you probably won't get a decision, especially if it's against a British fighter, because like boxing in Saudi is an extension of British boxing. How you doing? So, look, it is what it is. It was a great fight. I'm not here to complain or moan. I'm just telling you guys what I genuinely think and trying to be real with you guys. But look, Nick Ball is now the WBA champion. So now he enters the fold as the featherweight division's newest champion. And now, all of a sudden, he's in position for some big fights. Obviously, you have Renato Lopez, who's the IBF champion. He's slated to fight Angelo Leo in August. We all know that we're very excited about that fight here on True School Sports. Then you got Ray Vargas. Well, not Ray Vargas. Ray Vargas is the WBC's fighting Figueroa. And then the IBF, or the WBO is held by Espinoza, who's fighting here in Vegas next weekend. So there's some good fights out there for Nick Ball. A lot of good fights out there for him. And also, with him being a champion, now his name kind of is more relevant in the NOA sweepstakes when NOA does inevitably move up. So, look, Nick Ball holding it down for British boxing. British boxing's kind of lean right now when it comes to champions. They don't got a lot of champions. I think Nick Ball and probably Chris Bennell-Smith might be the only two champions right now, give or take one more. They don't have a whole lot of world champions. So, look, he's an exciting fighter. He comes forward. He always makes for a fun night of boxing. And I think him against anybody in the featherweight division is a great fight. But as far as Ford, because a lot was made from Ford about, the weight cut. Because Raymond Ford is big. He's wide. He could probably scale another 2 weight classes, and he made it very known even the night he beat Komatov in the ring that he didn't want to be at featherweight much longer. So I think he's done what he's needed to do at featherweight. He's become champion, been in some great and impactful and important fights, and now 130 should be the next move for Ford, because there's some great fights out there for him. I know one fight that he's been very interested in making, because there's been a lot of chatter on Twitter from both of them, is him and O'Shaquie Foster. And I like that fight. I think O'Shaquie definitely is a top fighter, great fighting instincts, counter puncher, all kinds of things he brings to the ring. And we know both those guys have been in fights. They both had the similar thing in common, where they both been heavy underdogs in some fights for the world title against all odds and found a way to become champions. So those are two guys that are true champions, and I think that would be a good fight for the 130 division. If he can't get that fight, look, I'm going to throw this one last thing out there, and then I'll wrap it up. But if Ford can't get the O'Shaquie fight, I know there's a lot of talk right now about Shushu Carrington fighting Inoue, because Inoue was there in New York, and he was there ringside for his fight. Look, if Shushu in the next year or so can't make 126 and their paths can cross at 130, I think Shushu Carrington versus Raymond Ford would be an amazing fight at 130. Those two have been going back and forth at each other on social media. They know each other. I feel like Raymond Ford versus Bruce Carrington is a good regional matchup, like New York, Brooklyn versus Camden, New Jersey. So you got New York, you got the whole New York, New Jersey dynamic. So I would like that fight. I would like that fight a lot. But obviously that would require Shushu to move to 130, which he has not done yet. So it is what it is. But look, I think Ford, this loss isn't a bad loss for Ford. Ford, I think even in a loss, continues to enhance his reputation in the sport. He's an exciting fighter. He's actually becoming a credit to American fighters. So good. God bless him. I'm happy for him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does at 130. But yeah, close fight. Could have went either way. Both guys sat in the pocket, gave some great exchanges, and the featherweight division delivers another banger in 2024. So what do you guys think? Personally, I thought they could have given it to Ford, honestly. I thought he finished a little stronger than Ball. And normally when a guy finishes stronger, you generally tend to give that guy the fight. But look, I'm not complaining either way. I thought it was a hell of a fight, and best wishes to both men as they continue their journeys in boxing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.